Hello everybody, welcome to the bad side of the internet. My name is Friday and I didn't record my reaction to Season 3, Episode 1 of Wynonna Earp because Australia sucks, pretty much. And it took until last night to finally find a link. I couldn't find one anywhere, they were impossible, and apparently I've watched a lot of other reaction videos and people said the same thing, they couldn't find a link anywhere. So when I found one at like 8 p.m. last night, I was like, I am not shooting a video, but I'm not waiting another day to watch this. So I watched it and then fell asleep in peace. I felt like, yes, I can live on now. So it's not going to stop me from talking about it, of course, because how could we not talk about everything that happened in that episode? Like, and the other half is just so sick of listening to me speak about it. So I'll just vent to you guys. This is going to be great. It's going to be good. Where to start, though? How about we start, like, at the start? Dolls. I'm so happy. Like, I was so happy at the start of the episode. He was so happy. His little wave when he waved at the demon, like, bye-bye, Revenant. Like, when he's smiley. Like, I don't like the moustache, though. I don't know what they're all thinking, but whatever. And, you know, she kissed him and he was all dimply and cute and it was the best. And I just want him to be happy, you know. Like, and it's, I don't know, I think it's just also really stark because, like, this is the first time we've seen him like that. The first time we've seen him have emotions that weren't, I am broody and masculine. Or being like, I want this thing that I can't have. He was actually just happy. Genuinely just like, I'm happy with the situation. And I didn't realize at that point, of course, that it was 4 months. Had gone by, so I was sort of sitting there going, oh my god, he's just, like, something's happened, something's flipped. But yeah, he's obviously gotten over stuff and figured things out in the last 4 months, and like, I totally thought that they might be together though, by like that little kiss. I was like, oh yeah, maybe, but of course not. Of course they're gonna keep us on this ship, this war. It's not even a war anymore though, because I really do not know who I ship more. Like, I love Doc. He's my favorite. He is the only white cis male character that I've ever loved this much, you know? And he's not straight, so I'm not going to put that on there. Sorry, people are like, he's straight. And I'm like, he's the biased of the bi. Like, it's like Wynonna. Binona, not Wynonna. Binona. Like, but yes. And he's the only guy that, like, has, like, made me that happy with a cis white guy in a TV show before, so I'm like just in love with him and I want him to be happy, but I knew he wasn't going to be happy this season. We knew he was going to be distraught about Alice and he was going to be all messed up, and we knew it, and so we knew that same thing about Wynonna. We knew everything was going to be messed up and sad and stuff, and I'm actually surprised that they pushed through so much of it this episode. I thought that was going to linger for quite a while. I thought that was going to be like a halfway through season sort of change up. Sorry, the mother-in-law has just pulled up, so I know that she's going to come in and interrupt my video, because I thought for once that there was no one in the house, so I wouldn't have to do a video in the bedroom. I was actually like, look at this cool poster behind me. I thought it was a really good backdrop. But now she's going to come in and she's going to ruin my video. So I will have to pause momentarily and I will have to go back to my bedroom. Exiled from the communal areas. I'm back. Okay, we're back. Sorry that the lighting in this room is not the best. I didn't really have it set up for this, but it's just got to get done because I'm having too many feelings and it's just too much. On the plus side though, we have a cat in this room. Yes. We have a cat in here. So, bad lighting, good cat. Good cat content. He's very cute. But yes, speaking of cute things, like, I'm really liking how they're doing Way Hot this season already. It's been one episode and I'm already really loving their development of where adults in a healthy relationship who talk about stuff and have figured things out and have gotten it all out in the air. And it's been 4 months, so of course they figured it out, and of course everything's smooth and easier anyway. Like, there's always going to be rough spots. But I'm hoping that, yeah, with all Nicole's stuff this season, all the rough stuff is more to do with their like Nicole and Waverly's specific character arc, not to do with their relationship, like not turmoil within their relationship, but turmoil within, like, they have specific problems that they need to hold each other together to get through, which is just a really healthy way to display a budding relationship, you know, like something that's like trustworthy and holding together. But Nicole, I knew it. I was so happy that we were gonna get like proper Nicole backstory this season. They made allusions that we weren't gonna get it. They kept talking about, oh yeah, and Doc backstory. I'm like, oh well, we have a hell of a lot of Doc backstory in comparison to Nicole's backstory. I wanted it so bad, and now we're gonna get some. So, sorry, I'm so excited, and I know it's gonna be really like a little traumatic and deep, and it's gonna be a bit scary. But I'm really interested to find out, one, how Waverly handles Nicole not being perfect all the time. You know, that scene where she was like, you're my rock, and you're all of a sudden having a panic attack. I got a little annoyed. I was like, Nicole's allowed to like take time for herself occasionally, you know. Nicole is not for everyone else. She's her own person. So I wonder how Waverly's going to handle not always having this strong butch cop around to just be there to be her rock, to be the stable one for once, you know. So yeah, I'm really interested what's going on there. I want to know about Nicole's backstory. I'm so glad that she wore that pantsuit. God damn, I just love it because I saw an interview with her where she was like, "Oh, I just wanted it to be more her," and I was like, "You mean gayer? You mean you wanted it to be gayer? You wanted it to be butcher because she's butch, like not butch, not hard butch. She's like soft as fucking butch. She's soft butch, but she wanted it to be butcher. She needs to learn the gay terms." But yeah, I was so glad that they didn't put her in a dress. Like first season dress was fine. It was a little, I wasn't expecting it, so it was a little bit surprising. But this season I was like, yes, no dress. What else? I have a whole list. I have a list of things I have to talk about. I've just been through the shipping stuff, but it still really frustrates me because if I didn't know how in love Dolls was with Wynonna, it would be okay. I could just be like, okay, Doc and Wynonna should be together, and Dolls should be just like the Steve of the relationship, like me and you and your friend Steve, you know, like that would be fine. But because Dolls is obviously so in love with her and so combative against Doc when it comes to like with his line with like, oh yeah, so you usually make the right choices, but not with him. And I was like, come on, like they have history and they obviously love each other, and it must be really hard for him. I'm surprised that he's sticking around and keeps trying. Like I probably would have given up by now, but whatever. But yeah, I wonder how they're gonna eventually play that out, if they're gonna like, because Doc's new old woman is in town, so I wonder if he's gonna fall back in love with her or whatever, since we saw a kiss between them in the trailer. But there was a kiss between him and Wynonna at the end of the episode, so it's like, what's going to happen? It's very interesting, and her and Dolls just don't talk about anything, which is so frustrating. It's like, Waverly and Nicole should give Wynonna and Dolls lessons. Like, please guys, just have a conversation and like talk about your feelings, because this is just, it's starting to hurt. It's starting to hurt my soul. I was right though, also. I was right. They only did one episode on vampires. What is with that? Why do they always do this in like so many things? They're like, let's have one vampire episode. That's all you need. It's like, no, we need multiple vampire episodes. We need multiple vampire. Unless, of course, the thing that they fed that guy is going to make him into a big bad vampire, like an uber vamp or something. And then we might get some more vampire stuff. And of course, Doc's new love interest or whatever is also a vampire. So it's like, we might have a little bit of a vampire undertone, but come on, that was a good storyline. We could have kept that around, man. Could have kept that around. I did like the sexy fog, though. I just don't understand, too, why everyone's growing friggin' facial hair in this season. It's like, is the cast just go, yeah, we're all growing moustaches now? Like, ugh. Like, I get Jeremy's idea, like, oh yeah, I want to look like him. But Dolls, like, why? Why would you do that? It doesn't look good unless he's trying to be like, look, Wynonna, look at my pissy little mustache. I can be hot too, Wynonna, look. I don't know if that's what they're doing with that. I also like that they've played down Jeremy's infatuation with Doc. Like, it's obviously still there, especially when he was like, oh, look at him in that, like, why is he not wearing a shirt? And stuff like that. But it's obviously been 4 months, and they spend a lot of time together, and he's probably lost a little bit of that, like, honeymoon, doe-eyed, complete obsession with him, which I'm glad, because toward the end of the season, last season, I was sort of like, okay, yeah, we get it. Like, I get it. You like him. We get it. Where's the rest of your character? I want to know what the hell's going... Like, why haven't they brought up any of the stuff with Jeremy? Like, the last season stuff with Jeremy, when he's talking about how he knows that Doc's not dead, and how he's like, why was he employed by Black Badge, and all that stuff. I want to know what's going on with that, and that they haven't gone into it yet, and that's hurtful. They should. I like how there's been, like, one episode, and I'm like, why haven't they explained all of last season? Oh, what are you whinging about? Do you need out? Okay, give me 1 second. That cat is a whinger. And we're back. What else? Mama Earp. I don't know if they're going to explain this later, or if this was just legitimately a plot hole. But what's up with her being in the end of the season out in the woods, or well, the woods because it's not really woodsy out there, but like out in the open, like what I assumed was like her house in the wilderness. And this season she's like in prison and she's been there this whole time. It's like, but in the end of last season she wasn't. Like, are they going to explain that? Because it just seems like a, I don't know, like a, either a really big misplot on their point, or like they're going to explain it later, but I don't know why they would explain it later when they could have explained it in the prison when they were talking. They could have just slipped a little line in there about like, oh, when I came when you were on holiday, or when I came because you were, I don't know, you broke out or something, you know, like they could have explained it there and they didn't. So I was sort of sitting there going, what are they doing with this? But yeah, no, I'm super, not excited, but intrigued by Wynonna having to tell Waverly. And I don't know, I'm sort of pissed. I'm sort of bitter about it too. Like, Wynonna counts Waverly as like the highest thing on her list of like important stuff. Like, she's the most important person to her. And yet she kept this a secret for like since she was like 6. That's ridiculous. You can't do that to a person. You can't just be like, oh, by the way. Especially because, like, Waverly was having all of that stuff about where she came from and if she's a real Earp and blah, blah, blah. And Wynonna could have answered those questions for her by being like, well, I know where Mama is. Go ask her some questions. But instead, she was just like, oh, no, you're definitely an Earp just because I love you and blah. And she could have actually given her some real answers. And knowing Waverly, she wants real, tangible evidence. She doesn't want fuzzy feelings as much as she loves Wynonna. And she feels like an Earp. And she's been an Earp, it doesn't mean that she doesn't want someone to clarify what the hell is going on and where she came from. Sorry, I'm very annoyed. And then, of course, the car crash at the end was just like, oh, great, of course. Because they did that, like, in the trailer, she was being pulled away, and I was like, oh, yeah, that'll be an arc somewhere where, like, someone will, like, kidnap her. Because I don't know, I think I'm sort of still stuck in the mentality of, like, first season and second season, where it was sort of, like, multiple little baddies along the way. And all of the trailers were usually like, oh, yeah, this thing will happen, and this thing will happen, and this thing will attack them. But this is just, bam, this is the bad guy, and he will do all these different things. And my brain still sort of, like, when I was watching the trailer, was going, no, like, that'll be all split up. But yeah, hitting us with that at the end of the episode, like, yeah, Waverly's been taken. And heaps of people think it's Bobo. I don't think it's Bobo because I don't understand why Waverly would say, my sister's in the car to Bobo. Like, Bobo knows who Wynonna is. I think she'd be more likely to be, like, screaming at him and being like, get off me, you fuck, or whatever. Then being like, Wynonna, my sister, blah. I think it's going to be someone else. I think there's something new, which I'm excited about. But also, why do they have to hurt my baby? you know? Like, both of my babies. Like, one, Wynonna is stuck in a car and is hurt and after it has crashed. Now Waverly's being taken away by some person we don't know. And it's all very frustrating. And Nicole's going to be like, what the fuck? Nicole's going to be trying to find Waverly, and Nicole's going to be trying to deal with the fact that she's got, like, some traumatic experience that she's buried under layers of, like, subconsciousness. Like, she's like, nope, didn't happen. Or was it just sexy fog that just made her forget? We don't know. I'm so, like, as much as I'm annoyed with this episode, it was such a good episode. Like, I just forgot how good it is just to watch them goof around. Just watching complete characters that you admire just be clumsy, be goofy, be silly. Like, I know a few people I've watched didn't like a few of the lines, like the, oh, you maybe pee a little, and stuff like that. Like, but that's just, I don't know, it's just joyful to me. That's like, it's like, yeah, sure, it's a stupid line. It's a little childish, but also, when do we get to be childish in this day and age? Like, just take some joy in it, you know? Get involved in just, like, simple Wynonna tripping over stuff, clumsy fun, you know? It's got lots of serious undertones. This whole show has so many serious undertones and so many big fundamental themes, but it's just so lighthearted on the top, which I think is, it keeps us interested, it keeps us involved, it stops us from getting too depressed too fast and not wanting to watch anymore, which is just such a good hook for a show to have. But yeah, so I'm super excited for next week's episode. I hope that I will be actually reacting to it for you guys, but also I sort of feel like I get so engrossed in the show sometimes that I'm not actually very good at reacting to it. I was thinking about it when I was watching the last episode the other night, because me and Erin were just staring at the screen like, yes. And I think that's pretty much all we said the whole time was, oh, and yeah, and oh, and just giggling and stuff like that. We never actually said anything of merit. So it might just be a better idea for me to do this, 'cause then I can actually unwrap how I feel about everything. And yeah, but I can't think of anything else. Funnily enough, I can't think of anything else to talk about other than just to praise them all, because they're all so good and everything's so great. And oh, you know, it's weird seeing Melanie not pregnant though. First shot that I saw her and I was like, no. Like, I literally was just like, I turned to Erin and went, what? No, she looks wrong. Because she's so skinny. I forgot how skinny she was in season 1. I think it was the hair made her look less skinny as well, because it was like that voluminous thing. And now she's got like all that sleekiness and like the pulled back and everything. And I was like, what? She's not that skinny, right? I've forgotten. She was pregnant, Wynonna. It was cool though, because we just started rewatching season 2 of Wynonna last week. And I had never noticed how pregnant she is, because they hide it so well in those first, 3 or 4 episodes where she's supposed to be just hanging out and chilling and whatever. And there's the episode with the thing in the trophy, and she wears this massive scarf that goes like this, and I never noticed it. I'm like, how did I not notice that the first time I watched it? How was I shocked? And she even holds the trophy like on top of her bump, and you don't notice it at all. They did it so well, and I'm like so proud of them. Like, they did such a good job. They're such a good team. But yes, I'm gonna stop because I will just talk about nothing forever. But yes, next week I am hoping to react to it. If I don't, I'll just do this again. Tell me if you guys think this is boring, or that you think that I should add more realism to it, or be like, okay, but specifically which scene made you feel that way, or specifically what are you thinking about this? Because I know I'm really quite vague with how I speak. I'm just like, yes, this is the general feel of how I feel. But if you want me to be like, oh my god, that moment when this thing happened, that made me die, or whatever, because I can do that. But I feel like, I don't know if that's what you guys want. So leave a comment and let me know how you feel. But also, stay cool.